Okay, so let's talk about compounding promos. So the problem with this sales chart, where we got the evergreen engine going, we got the one Black Friday sale, what's the big problem with this? There's a big problem. Okay, because when you have a big opportunity like Black Friday coming, you're like, well, the year kind of sucked. Like how terrible the rest of the year was. It was okay. But you're like, this is my big opportunity. I gotta make it work. So what am I gonna need? I'm gonna need more ad spend. I'm gonna need more inventory. But I don't know if it's gonna go well, so how much? How much should I risk? How much money should I get? How much inventory should I get? And it's kind of terrifying. And the problem makes it even more terrifying is what did I say about flat diagonals? Cash is spent. Okay, so there's this big moment coming, you got no cash. So what do? Okay, we need more cash injections throughout the year. I hope that's making sense. Okay, so most stores, like you guys saw with my example earlier with the high-end jewelry brand, most people do 2 big events in the year. And they typically piggyback off of gifting moments in the year. Okay? So when people take advantage of Black Friday and they get a lot of sales, it's not because everybody was lining up obsessed with their product. It's because everyone's planning to shop. And so it's this cultural moment that is generating the demand for you. And so a lot of people will go all in on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the whole holiday season, and they'll piggyback off of a second gifting holiday. Usually Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Okay? And so that's good. But what did I say about flat diagonal? Cash is still tight in between those 2 things. And ain't this the truth? Okay, so the problem is, people are like, I don't know what to do. I have these 2 gifting moments, I don't know what to do. And the most important thing that you could do is drive your own demand. Don't piggyback off of gifting holidays only. Okay, so you need to drive your own demand in your off-season. Because when you have a flat thing like this, you're just like, oh my goodness, I gotta get the evergreen thing working better. And you're trying so hard to get better ROAS and all that, and that's effective. Okay? So, the most successful brands that I know and work with follow a 4 promo spike model at a minimum. At a minimum. Anybody have any direct-to-consumer e-commerce brands you follow? I definitely do. Success. Yeah? A lot of them are doing this every 6 weeks. I wouldn't say any more than that, but every 6 weeks or quarterly at a minimum. Okay, so what we need to do is we're going to piggyback off those 2 gifting holidays, and then we're going to introduce 2 more promo spikes. And with the 2 additional promo spikes, we are going to generate the demand through our own narrative. And this is a powerful skill to have. Why is it so powerful? Because I can generate sales on demand anytime I want. Very powerful. Okay, so let's talk about what the 4 promo spikes typically are. You probably can already guess the standard spikes are like the holidays, the gifting moment, but then you need to generate demand with new events during your down periods. By far, my favorite, what do you think my favorite one's going to be? 3, 2, 1? Product launches. Okay, product launches. Why do I like product launches so much? We don't have discounting. We're selling to people who already know us and like us and love us. We can generate demand with a product launch. Most of the times when I talk to Shopify merchants, I say, have you ever done a product launch? They're like, yeah. I'm like, did you just send out 1 email? Yeah. Okay, so a lot of people think sending out an email is a product launch. And it's not. You want to treat a product launch with the same gravity and magnitude as you would a Black Friday or Cyber Monday campaign. Okay, so you want to build early access lists. You want a VIP offer. You want 10 to 12 emails that you send out. You want to merchandise your website. You want retargeting ads. There's a whole playbook. Okay? And then the 4th kind is a cultural moment that interacts uniquely with your narrative. Anybody here in the pet space? Pet space? Selling things for pets? Anybody? Yeah, pets? Okay, pet space. Would you ever do a back to school campaign? No. Would you celebrate National Pet Day?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay? And so you got to find a moment in the year that you attach yourself to and treat it like it's the biggest event, bigger than Black Friday. You celebrate it year after year, and it keeps getting bigger. And we're going to do National Pet Day. We're going to show all of our customers and all the pets. We're going to do a product launch. We're going to do a sale. We're going to do everything. Okay? And so these are like the 4 things that you kind of want to plan on. And this is what it looks like when you build this cadence of 4 events a year versus just evergreen in 1 event per year. Your Black Friday by the end of the year is going to be way bigger. Because your momentum compounds. Hit me up sometime. I did a whole presentation with a math behind this. But every single time you do a promotion, it increases the base by a multiple. Okay? I'll tell you why. We call this the compounding promo effect. And every single spike that you're seeing right now establishes the base of the next spike. Okay, so you're always having a new influx of new customers and repeat customers every single time. More new customers come in, more new customers come back. Okay, I'm going to drop the geekiest metric that you should care about, but it's kind of hard to figure out. So hit me up on Instagram or something. I'll send you a video for it. But it's in e-commerce right now. The most important thing is your 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day lifetime value. Okay, it's not your AOV. Your AOV is what people spend when the average order value is AOV, right? Your average order value might be like $100. The average people spend when they buy is $100, which is a good number to know, really important number to know, and we want to keep getting that higher. But we want to know what does the average customer has spent with us when they've been with us for 30 days, or 60 days, or 90 days. And so your AOV in the moment might be $100, but your 30-day LTV might be like 120, your 60-day may be 140. And your 90-day may be 160. And so you can factor that into how aggressive you want to be with ads, and you know you're going to get a bigger return over 90 days. Okay, I know I went a little bit deep there, but believe me, we care a lot about repeat purchases. Okay, we care a lot about repeat purchases, because the second time a customer buys, there's no longer this hefty acquisition cost of ads. So there's more profit on the second purchase, the third purchase, and the fourth purchase. And these events give your customer a reason to come back. Okay? They get excited. They're like, oh, my favorite brand is having a sale, or an event, or a product launch. All right, so there it is. Okay, as this wave builds, you're constantly increasing the value of the subsequent spike. Yeah, feel free to take a photo for sure. You guys want to post these, take us, Merchant Mastery, or you sharing? Okay, so let's look at a couple examples. This is my gal, Jess, who's out of Montreal in Canada. And she has a sport accessory company. They do sim racing, gloves, and shoes, like apparel for race car sim racing, a video game, but like for real video. Okay, and she built this cadence where she was doing product launch, promo, product launch, promo, product launch, promo, and she got up to 100K, and that was the moment she actually ended up hiring our agency. So our agency is usually working with like 80 to 100K a month brands, and we've just been scaling ever since. Having a good time. Okay, women's clothing boutique. You guys seeing that triangle spikes compounding up? Specialty foods. This is a hot sauce company. BMO, my guy Travis, he works with me. He's a media buyer at our agency. And he was like, BMO for a hot sauce brand. And you can see here, Black Friday, spike, spike, Black Friday, spike, spike, Black Friday. We stopped working with them here because we broke their entire fulfillment. And they had to build a new facility. And then they came back to the agency again. We just kept scaling. And we're doing like 400K months, or 325, sorry. Pretty fun. Okay. So you guys get the idea. That's that high-end jewelry brand I showed you before. You see how this is working? You have the evergreen layer on the compounding promos. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple examples. I got something really exciting I'm going to be offering to you guys in a second. So stay tuned for that. Okay? But let's look at this example. This is one of my favorite brands that I've been working with a lot lately. It's called Sapiens Child. They do Montessori furniture for toddlers. Okay, they were just on the Canadian version of Shark Tank, which is Dragon's Den. Or my Canadian friends, Dragon's Den. Right? Okay, so they're on Dragon's Den recently. They do this Montessori furniture. And as I was saying before, we host Shopify meetups all over the place. Last year we went to like 10 cities, Vancouver, and LA, and Vegas, and just everywhere. And I was going to Vancouver, and I met Alejandra's husband, Jorge, at a previous meetup, and then we were coming back to Vancouver. She was like, oh, you're coming, I gotta come meet you. And she sent me this message. She was like, hey Scott, oh my God, I'm so happy you're coming. Jorge's taking the kids. I've got some killer numbers if you want to show a Vancouver example. And she's like, our charts are behaving exactly the way you explained. The promotion or product launch every quarter. And she's like, and Black Friday hasn't even come yet. And to be honest, guys, I know the month is May. This is when we're working on Black Friday. Because we're trying to get spikes leading up to it. Right? That was aggressive, right? And I'm down with that. Because I'm not kidding. I don't want to go into Black Friday without previous spikes.
We have so many opportunities over
Yeah. Okay? And so she got this good cadence going, and then she sends me this after Black Friday. This was just like November. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. You know, we helped them get their first Black Friday right here, 31,000. last year they did 100. Okay, so everything that we've been teaching, they just kept it going. She's like, I can't stop smiling. Everything that you've been saying is working. And this is how it goes, guys. Has this been helpful seeing the roadmap to like growth so far?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, great. Perfect. Feelings, yes. Okay, another brand here called Elizabetta. Elizabetta.net. This is a mother and daughter-owned business. They sell silk accessories. They're from Italy. And the mother is Elizabeth, and the daughter is Francesca. And Francesca was laid off from her corporate job in France during the pandemic. And she's like, Mom, I'm going to join the family business. Mom's like, great, but we don't have that much revenue, so we're going to figure out something new. So they're like, let's do Shopify. They go try hiring an agency, almost sank the business. Elizabeth has been wholesaling her products since like 2004, Yeah, 2004. But now they're going to sink the business because the agency experience was so terrible. Okay, so she finds her way over to Merchant Mastery, and I meet her, she's doing $5,000 a month. It took 1.5 years to get to $282,000 a month. Right? And so this is like, when she first hit 71,000, she's like, oh my goodness, biggest month of all time, we just hit 71,000 in August. The next one was September. And she's like, I can't believe I'm writing this. And the first week, Scott said we did 100K by the end of 2023. Neither of us believed him. Okay? And why was I so confident they would do it? I could see the spikes. I could see the momentum building. Okay? And then she messages me on after Black Friday. She's like, oh my goodness, I gotta show you this. We did $282,000. It's pretty cool. And this was in 2024 as well. Halfway through the year last year, they hit $1 million by June 11th. This year, they hit $1 million by April. They're doing like $500,000 months. Pretty remarkable. And they've added on other channels. They've added on Google. They've added on some like marketplaces. That's what you do later. I'm not a channel hater. Just one at a time. Okay? We don't want to spread ourselves thin, and so we master one. And the reason I like Facebook, just to get a little bit more geeky, a lot of people are like, well, why don't I go on Google? There's high intent search traffic on Google. I got a couple buddies who are top Google agencies in the world, one in the UK, one in Scottsdale. They're always sending people to Scott and not ready for Google. You gotta help them with their messaging. Because you might think you're gonna get after this high intent traffic, but then they see your website and it's that founder curse I was telling you about. And you're like, yeah, I'm not buying from this one. Okay, so you want to go on to Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, which is an interruptive platform. That's what it's called, interruptive platform. Nobody's searching for your products on Facebook. So if you can interrupt their day, compel them to leave what they were doing and come by, we know we got a good message. And so we always start with Meta. We're like top 3% Google advertising partner in Canada. We're an assortment kind of Google. We like to start with Meta first. All right, and then brand skincare, it's the same thing. So in Merchant Mastery, I told you we teach everybody how to do the 4 pillars. We also teach everybody how to run these promotions. Okay? So last year we did 4 trainings. We did the 4-part compound promo series. We plan out your events and launch your first campaign. We did a product launch training, shows you how to kill a product launch. We did a summer sale training and a Black Friday training. Okay, so I'm like, oh, well, I got my evergreen thing going in the summer. I still got a little time to after Black Friday, and I got these 2 cute little spikes towards the end of the year. Okay, which I'm very excited about. Why was I so excited? Because I'm just getting started. These are the first couple spikes. I did a autumn sale, was that first little bump, and then my holiday sale was the next one. Okay? So that's how it goes. And then remember I said I would show you Black graphic goods. This is Monica and Nick. Remember I was telling you about the t-shirts and the silk screening. So these are the first 4 outlets, offer stack ads that they launched. And they're quite a bit different. They're different outlets. This one has their avatar on it. It's like Millennial Dad Dave. This one is like an offer. This one's showing how the product's made. This one is like influence, has like a testimonial of the customer. Okay, so like I said, when they launched ads for the first time, they'd only ever done like $1,000 a month. And all of a sudden, in 2 weeks they did 30,000. And so she sent this message way back in 2021. And she said, Scott, I'm a paradoxical, happy surprise cat. Because when you crack that code, you better be ready to fulfill. You better be ready to send out orders. Okay? So that's kind of what happened there. And then what I really wanted to show you is that this was last year. But I'm like, Monica, every time you do Black Friday sale, it goes well. Why aren't you doing more of these compound events? And so she's like, I finally did our first compound promo sale. It gave us this giant spike. She's like, we generated more sales in 4 days than we did the entire year before starting on the system with us. Okay? So they did $45,000 in sales in 4 days. Once they had the evergreen base, they layered on the big event and got a big sales spike. Okay? And like I said, so Monica takes vacation. I showed you guys this already. We need to innovate the ads. This is the message she sent me on Halloween. She was crying, and she gave me permission to tell the full story. Okay, but she was just like, I don't know what to do. I was like, Monica, look at me. Long form story ad right now. Long form story ad. And this is what she wrote. That was the ad I showed you guys earlier. And then I sent her a message. I'm like, I just saw your ad. How's it going? She's like, I was going to come see your praises. I got it. It didn't work. You guys had it all the time. Okay? So we're getting close. I got something really cool to offer up to you guys. I always do this when I'm in a town. There's a chance to kind of work with me on a more private level. And